I was traveling out of country right after finishing up a huge 5-day work event where I had about 10 hours of sleep total during 5 days. I got to Motel, which is behind the road. It was kind of run down and the carpet and blankets are damp, but I'm so exhausted I don't even really think about it. I fell asleep pretty much immediately at like 8 p.m. local time. At maybe 11 p.m. or so, I get a call from the motel phone saying there's been a complaint about noise. I tell them it's impossible, I've been sleeping. They ask me if maybe it's someone else in the room, and I tell them nope, I'm here alone, so there's definitely no one else making noise. They ask me again if I'm not sure I'm by myself and I'm not causing any noise. I say yes again and fall back asleep immediately. When I woke up and thought about it more, I realized how weird the entire interaction was. There was absolutely no noise I could hear anywhere nearby, and I don't know why the motel staff would need to clarify so many times that I was alone. Apparently, they never called, so I assume it must be someone calling the different room to see who was in the rooms and how many people. I've never been so glad to always use the extra latch chain lock. Never tell a stranger that you are alone. I was confused at first. Everything was very strange. When I came to my room, I was really tired, so I didn't pay attention to the surroundings. But now, I opened the door of my room to look outside to find the source of the noise. I barely saw something on the wall. Something pricked my body. I didn't want sleep anymore. It was something like an electric current passed through my body. It was written in blood on the wall, "Get out." I went forward to make sure that the writing was in blood. I heard something blushing. The lights in the hall of Old Motel was very low. I just went forward and find an open door in the end of hall where some eggs were being galled on a pan. Looks like a cooked egg, but I find no one there. I just wonder myself who cooked this food in the middle of the night and left it on the stove. When I was approaching my room with fast steps like jogging in the hall, my foot stepped on something that was gross. It just felt like jelly was crushed under my foot. When I used the flashlight of my mobile phone to see what it was, I saw a served human hand without blood on the floor. It was as if it had been killed several days ago because his blood had completely dried. I just held my scream in my throat and quickly went to the door of my room. Unfortunately, the door was closed. I kicked the door. Hopefully, it was an old door. As soon as I entered my room, the hotel phone rang again. When I answered, the hotel attendant said again, "Sir, the noise is coming from upstairs again. What are you doing?" I said I broke the door. And then he replied, "What? Why did someone do that?" And again he replied, "So you were the one who made noise before you denied it?" I said no. Then I interrupted him and said, "I just found a human whole hand and some blood in the wall, which was written, 'Get out.' What the hell is just happening here?" After a few seconds, He paused me and said, "Our motel hosted a local horror festival a few days ago. Maybe these are related to it." I took a brace and wondered myself, hey, I have to pay for the damage of a broken door. And then I lit a cigarette and went to the window. While smoking and waiting for the hotel attendant, I saw all the lights of lower floor were off when there was no news for the attendant, and he never come upstairs to check the door. After a while, I came to the hall. The sounds of eggs boils had stopped. I went downstairs. It was so dark that I used the flashlight of my phone to see ahead. I said myself, maybe the electricity in the place is gone. When I came down, there was no one there. The atmosphere was as if it had been closed for 15 years. The thought of who was talking to me on the phone was making me crazy. I looked my watch. It was past 3 o'clock, so I went upstairs to collect my things and leave this damn motel. When I heard a machine engine voice outside. It's like chainsaw. This sound was familiar to me because my father was a carpenter in Utah, and he always cut trees with a chainsaw. But I was wondering myself, why is everyone so strange here? It is 3 a.m., not the down time to cut the trees. So I was curious, and I threw out the light of phone and saw a short, fat guy cutting the body of a person with chainsaw. I think it was the hotel attendant. I made a mistake. I shouldn't throw out the light of phone. The fat guy noticed my presence. It happens there. I was crying because of fear. I ran immediately to the car, and I didn't care about my things and stuffs until I put my foot on the gas pedal and ran away from there. The next week, when I was reading the newspaper, it was written that several black bags containing dismembered human bodies were discovered by the police near the motel, but it is not clear who did this, and the police are investigating the dimensions of this matter. I said to myself, I will never sleep anywhere else except my home.